There is over 41 distinct fruits in Blox Fruits. Some are used way more compared to others, but there is one fruit that is completely forgotten. On the Christmas of 2022, Blox Fruits released update 17.3.5, which brought the iconic reworked door, now known as the portal fruit, and reworked soul, now known as spirit. But this update also brought in a new fruit, that fruit being the blizzard fruit. The blizzard fruit is a legendary fruit. It actually is the most expensive legendary in the game. It is also an elemental fruit, meaning it has a Logia ability. When Blizzard first released, it was clean, had crazy AoE, and it just felt powerful. But there was a problem when it released. It released in one of the most stacked eras in Blox Fruits history. I mean, there was Awakened Doe, Leopard, Portal. So Blizzard was released into pure chaos. And let's be real, if you had a choice between Blizzard or Doe or even Leopard, who are you picking, bro? Because I know exactly what I'm picking. Blizzard isn't inherently bad, but it isn't the best at anything. It's a fruit that's a jack of all trades, but master of none. It was balanced, and being balanced in a game like Blox Fruits is basically a death sentence. Alright, so let's talk about this fruit's grinding ability. For grinding, Blizzard is ultimately useless. Unless you get lucky early game, you will never see a noob using this fruit, cause it's hard to get. I mean, it is a legendary. But even if you're lucky to even get this fruit early game, there are so many way better fruits, especially early game, like Light with its sword, Ice again with its sword, and Magma with its crazy damage. And there's just way better fruits early game than Blizzard for grinding. But also in late game, you don't see Blizzard for grinding. I mean, that's because you literally have Buddha there. That's the best grinding fruit in the game. So it's not a best option for grinding. And of course on PvP, Blizzard requires good timing since the fruit is pretty slow, let's be honest. I mean, look at this move, bro, that's slow. And you also need good positioning and just basically skill. I mean, the biggest move it has, it takes so long to actually get someone inside, and the person could just run away from it. And meanwhile, other fruits like Doe, you could just spam. Dragon deletes your health bar. I mean, that's outrageous how it just vanishes your whole existence. And Portal just controls the entire fight. I mean, Blizzard isn't bad. It's just so much harder to use compared to other fruits. And let's be honest, bro. Blizzard has potential to be a great fruit. It has massive AoE. I mean, bro, this is a fruit actually has one of the craziest AoEs. It has so much potential, bro. It has also solid damage. I mean, look at this damage right here, bro. That's not bad at all. And it also has some nice, clean visuals. Let's be honest, bro. This is clean. This is tough, bro. All Blizzard needs is an awakening or a rework, bro. That's all it needs, and this fruit will be back in the meta, bro. That's all it needs, bro. This fruit has so much potential. Also, the Blizzard is meant to be an icy type fruit. When I mean by icy type, I mean the design is kind of meant to look like cold. But we also have 3 other fruits, including it, that have this type of ice type. Those being Ice, Yeti, and of course the Blizzard. And out of those 3, which one are you picking, bro? Comment down below. And I bet you none of y'all picked the Blizzard fruit. Why? Because it's just the worst out of those 3. Ice is so much better for grinding. And for late game is so much better for PvP. And Yeti, I mean, that's just beyond levels of Blizzard, bro. Let's be honest, bro. That's not even a comparison. And like I mentioned before, this fruit is a legendary, the most expensive legendary. And out of all the legendaries in the game, this actually might be the worst legendary. I'm not even kidding, bro. The legendary category is stacked. Buddha, Portal, Pain. It's crazy. Honestly, apart from maybe Quake or Love, it's actually the worst in the legendary category. Let's see all the pros and cons of all the Blizzard moves. Whoa, stop right there, man. I know that for sure you haven't hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that right now. Alright, let's go back to the video. The first move inside the Blizzard fruit is called a Snowflake Shuriken. Now, from my intellectual observations, you can see that this move is a Shuriken as a snowflake. I know, I'm so smart. One massive pro of this move is that you don't even need to aim at all, bro. Because it's an explosion, so as long as you hit the opponent, bro, it does the same amount of damage. And also the range is actually pretty good, so it's just a move that's easy to hit, basically. Now, some cons of this move is that it does less damage if not held. It's also a pretty slow move, so it could be easily avoided. It also takes a long time to use again. And one of the biggest cons is that the snowflake can be dodged if they do not explode on the ground, making it easily escapable in air fights. I mean, this fruit really sucks at air fights, bro. Now, the next move is called a whiteout. And what this move basically is just a tornado that's made of snow. That's simple. As simple as it gets, bro. Now, some pros of this move is that it has good knockback, great stun, making it good for combos. And even if the enemy dodges the move, they will still get picked up and stunned by the tornado. Quite is pretty cool. Now, some cons of this move is that it's really hard to use in air combat. Could be easily missed in PvP due to its zigzag movement. Has knockback, making it unsuitable for grinding. So yeah, those are some pretty big cons. Alright, the next move is called Howling Wind. As you can see, it's just wind basically. It's a stream of wind that goes straight down and stuns you. It reminds me a lot of one of the lightning moves. Like, eerily similar, bro. Alright, and some pros of this move are the great AoE, the good stun, and of course, no knockback. Quite pretty useful. But the cons of this move, it knocks enemies upwards, and it's not recommended for grinding. It lacks range too. But aside from that, I think it's actually one of the best moves in this fruit. I rated it, bro. Now it's time for this fruit's magnum opus. That being, of course, the Blizzard Domain, bro. This thing is absolutely massive. Oh my days, bro. I can glaze this move all day, bro. The AoE is absurd. Now, the pros for this massive move are the amazing damage, bro. Look how much damage this thing is doing, bro. To one enemy, by the way. To one enemy. The decent stun. The huge AoE, bro. This thing is massive. It breaks instinct. Good against teamers because of the great AoE this move has. Oh my days, bro. I can glaze this AoE all day, bro. One of my favorite things is that this move is so good for grinding, bro. I mean, look at the damage from this, bro. 4 enemies and look at the damage, bro. Literally, the opponents are half from this one move. Absurd, bro. Mind-blowing. Mind-boggling. But like most things in life, this also has some cons. Those cons being the long startup time, only pulls enemies in during the startup, easy to escape unless it's being used in a combo, could be easily predicted when an enemy comes close to the user, making it slightly ineffective in PvP. On some low-end devices, this ability could be extremely laggy too. And of course, the last move, the flight ability. All you're doing is just riding a blizzard tornado basically. It's literally like whiteout except you ride it. Some pros of this move are, it could be held forever, bro. And it's also really good for grinding because of the insane damage. One of the biggest things about this move is that when you hold it, it does damage. It's almost like the Smoke's F ability in that way. But honestly, that's about it. This move has way more cons than pros. And those cons being that the flight ability of this fruit is just so slow. Since it's so slow, it's almost ineffective for mobility and PvP, bro. It knocks enemies back, making it slightly annoying for grinding in compact places too. And it's hard to see and control on mobile. And in some cases, the pool can stop dragging enemies along while damaging them, especially in laggy devices, bro. I think this actually might be one of the slowest flights abilities in the game, bro. Like not even kidding, bro. Moving on the ground is slow. Going up is slow. It's just slow. But yeah, guys, that's it for the Blizzard fruit. Comment down below what other fruits you think needs a rework or an awakening. But like always, in conclusion,